Welcome, everybody. Welcome to No Sleep Live stream number 6. That's right. We're still chugging away here. And we thank you, everyone, for joining us. And if you're watching this after the fact, where were you? But we are glad you are here. We have got a cast of 4 people today. It's just the 4 of us. There's no other cast members, and we don't even have Sir Brandon Boone with us. Poor Brandon. He has to suffer today through his young 4-year-old daughter's birthday. Oh, Brandon.
Aww.
Sweet. I'm sure they are having a wonderful time. Much cake and frivolity and face masks of some kind. Who knows? But yeah, thanks for joining us. And without Brandon, I'm going to try to replicate him by doing this. A little bit of music in the background.
Oh, we don't even need them.
Yeah, I mean, didn't want to say that out loud, but yeah.
Sorry.
It almost feels like seasons 1 and 2 right now.
I was so much better back then.
The music was so much better back then.
Indeed.
Love you, Brandon.
I will never make that joke, Brandon, I promise.
Indeed. Well, we are going to kick things off. Of course, you've seen everybody on the screen, so we're going to start by welcoming from Rochester, New York, the one and the only. And we're thrilled to have her back, because if you saw her on our very first stream, you know that there was a little concern there for her health, but we are glad that she's back, healthy and hale. The wonderful Nichole. Goodnight. Yay.
Hi. Thank you. I'm so much better now.
The crowd goes wild for Nichole. Yes, you were. Now, was it ever official? Did you ever get tested?
They couldn't get me a test, but I had 3 different doctors tell me that they were pretty positive I did. But yeah, they couldn't officially test me unless I was immunocompromised or knew I was in contact with someone.
Right.
So I'm hoping the antibody test, one of them is being developed actually in Rochester. So when that comes out and is available, I'm going to definitely get that for sure.
That's great. Yeah.
But yeah, oh gosh, so much better.
When it's determined you have the antibodies, we will come and just siphon your blood. And then
please do. I will
probably
give that
more
to you guys
than we usually do.
We'll need some Atticus extra. Always takes it all anyways.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
If Atticus leaves us any.
Well, we are thrilled that you're back and healthy.
Thank you.
That is wonderful.
Thank you so much.
And another stalwart who has been with us so many times. He is always available, and he's always cheap.
Say about me? Yeah.
he's cheap and easy. That's what we love about him. Would you welcome from New Jersey the magnificent Graham Rowat, everybody? Graham Rowat. Thank you. And you remain healthy and happy, do you?
Yes, thank you. All is well in New Jersey.
New Jersey, yes.
Yeah, it's always times like this where I'm, once a day I'm grateful for the large house I have and the space to not, grow tired of the people I'm living with. And,
that's from what I've heard. That's the important thing. Yes. Yeah. When you live with others. Yes. Living alone, just have myself to, knock around the old apartment with. So
can't avoid yourself.
Mm-hmm. I talk to myself in the mirror all the time. And now joining us for the very first time on the live stream, a man who wears many hats on the podcast. He is a wonderful producer. He's an excellent voice actor. He will create music when he has to, when Brandon buggers off somewhere. We're thrilled to have a fellow Canadian. We've got a lot of Canadian representation today. Would you welcome Mr. Jeff Clement? Welcome, Jeff.
Hi, everybody. Glad to be here.
It is good to have you.
I'm actually made it to one of these finally.
Yes, and we're thankful that all of you folks are here. This is our first Saturday live stream, and if we have a lot of folks who got almost 86 people on right now, so yeah, we maybe this will be a better time to do it. Who knows? We'll see. I know that we try to do it a little earlier in the afternoon, our local time, Eastern time. And that sort of allows the West Coast folks and then all those crazy kids over in Europe there to join us in their evening time. So, well, this is great. So again, thank you for joining us. And this week we have a fun story for you. Oh, I shut the music off there. Got to keep that going. Yes, we have a tale for you tonight that was originally produced by the old-time radio show called Quiet Please. Quiet Please. That's how they started the show. And it's actually not a show about librarians, believe it or not. It is a horror show. And this one originally aired in October of 1948, if you can believe it. I was about 10 years old at the time, and I don't recall hearing this, but yeah, it was quite a production they put on. So in this tale, we're going to meet, well, really three nefarious people. They are, well, let's just say they've just committed a bit of a crime, a robbery, as it were, and they have money that they need to hide from the coppers. And so they're going to try to find a place that they can stash their loot and then let the heat cool down. Fucking really cool, aren't I? Like a criminal. So that's who we're going to meet, and they find a place that, of course, I mean, if we're doing it on the NoSleep podcast, you know something's going to go wrong. So we are excited to do this performance for you, and we welcome you in. We thank you for being here, and join us as we join these three crazy criminals as they discover what is down in Beezer's cellar.
I looked at Marlene. Marlene looked at me when we heard this old guy talking about Beezer's cellar. "Get a load of this, Marlene," I said. And she picked up a French fry and ate it very quiet, while we listened to the old guy. He was sounding off to another old guy, and the other old guy couldn't get a word in edgewise.
So this here Beezer, they always called him Six-Finger Beezer, see, on the account of he had 6 fingers on each hand. Well, he never did build his house. He got the cellar dug, and then he up and hung himself. Oh, well, I don't know why rightly, but there was some talk about the cellar being dug into a cursed ground. Well, I want to tell you, there's been mighty odd doings up there, by George, up at Beezer's cellar. What? Well, fires and lights at night. And don't you tell me firefox, or foxfire, whatever they call it. I've seen foxfire, and I know it when I see it. And this here ain't no foxfire. Oh, 60-odd years ago. And moans and hooting and hollering all over the place at night. And trees a-waving their branches when there ain't no wind. No, sir, that's a real deserted place. Oh, you couldn't get me up there with a 10-foot pole. That there place is haunted, sonny. Oh, I'll take another root beer, please. Thank you. No, sir, ghosts and spirits and crawling things that hoot and holler. Oh, they ain't in my line at all.
You getting that, Marlene?
Oh, gosh, no, ain't been up there since I was a kid in short pants. A clique of us went up there one afternoon in the fall, and we thought we seen a skeleton laying down there on the floor of the cellar, and we cut and run. Never stopped till we got to the C&A tracks. Yes, sir, sonny. Oh, thank you for the root beer. That there's been a place to shun, and by golly, people shun it. What? Well, it's right out past the cemetery, where you turn off Strickfaden Road. Yeah, but, it'd take quite a bit of finding. About 3 miles east. Oh, there's a big elm tree. It was struck by lightning. But I wouldn't be caught dead there for all the treasure in the universe. Oh, I tell you.
Come on, Marlene, I said. We sort of drifted out of the place. The car was parked up under a big tree by the side of the road. Pete was sitting there with a P-38 pistol he brought back from the war, with his feet on the suitcase with the $82,000. We stopped to count it on the side street in Wilmington on the way down from Chicago. We watched the state cops go on past us down 66. Then we switched the license plates and jogged on after him. Pete wasn't taking any chances. He had the snoot of that P-38 in our faces the minute we walked up.
You gotta make some kind of noise or something. Or to let you have it.
Put the gun away for a minute. Move over. Get in, Marlene.
You bring me a sandwich?
Barbecued pork, all right?
Yeah, I could eat it raw. What's cooking?
Stanley's got an idea.
What now?
You scared of ghosts, Pete?
I ain't scared of nothing.
Well, that's good.
Oh, what's all this about ghosts?
I mean, we might run into a couple of them where we're going.
An old man with 6 fingers on each hand.
Ooh, a cop?
He hanged himself 60 years ago.
What is all this double talk?
Quit hollering and eat your sandwich.
Listen, what are you figuring on?
I found a place to leave the bag with the money for a while things cool off.
Leave the bag?
What'd you think I was gonna do?
In that cellar?
What cellar?
Stanley, are you crazy?
Listen, how'd you like to let me in on this, huh?
Listen, this is a haunted cellar, see?
Pete!
The old man says nobody ever goes there. They're scared to go there.
So am I.
Oh, can it, Marlene? There ain't anything to be scared of.
Only ghosts.
Well, we could always go riding around the countryside if you wanna, asking some hick cop to take us. Ah, that's always the way with you amateurs.
I'm no amateur, okay? I shot guys, didn't I?
Who told you to shoot, huh? Who told you which ones to shoot?
Well, what are you beefing about? I didn't say anything.
Well, I wish I'd never gotten into this.
For a nice chunk of $82,000, you wish that?
Well, do we have to do it this way, Stanley?
You think of a better way?
Where is this place?
A few miles from here.
What are we waiting for?
That's my boy.
Oh, we won't have to stay long then, will we, Stanley?
Why, listen, baby. You think I'll go there at all if I didn't have a hot suitcase to take care of?
We'll leave right away?
I will.
We all will. Whether old Six Fingers shows up to scare us or not.
Don't, Stanley.
Which way, Stan?
Well, the old fella said something about a road.
Strickfaden Road.
Well, I don't look now, but the reason I was asking is there's a motorcycle coming back down the road there.
Where?
Well, and I was kind of interested in our next move. Not that I haven't got any ideas of my own.
Now put that gun away.
I was only going to ask him a question.
But Pete didn't have to ask him a question. Marlene stepped out of the car and she walked right up to the man in the blue suit and said, "How do I get to Strickfaden Road, officer?" And the officer told her just as polite as a head waiter. He'd have been awful surprised if he'd known what was pointing at him while he was being so nice to the cute little redhead. Yeah, what he don't know won't hurt him, I always say. And we relaxed. Well, so we found the road all right. We drove along slow. Little old Ford with Indiana license plates. And we were pretty quiet. I don't know what Pete was thinking about, or Marlene, but I know what I was thinking about. Trees hanging low over the road. Trees that moved their branches when there wasn't any wind. And lights in the night that wasn't foxfire. Whatever foxfire is. And pretty soon there was a great big old elm tree alongside the road, and it looked as if it had been struck by lightning. So we stopped. And there wasn't any trees waving their branches or any funny noises. But we found Beezer's cellar. I wish we hadn't. There was the elm tree that was struck by lightning. There was a fence that we busted down. There was a kind of path, or it had been a path once. It was all I could do in the dark to bust my way through the underbrush with a flashlight. And Marlene and Pete waiting in the car, ready to go into a smooching act if an inquisitive cop pulled up. Smooching, with a Heine pistol aimed under his arm over the side of the car. It was a lot easier getting the $82,000 than it was crawling through the bushes looking for Beezer's cellar. I pretty near fell into it. It didn't smell very good. There was water in spots in the bottom, and it looked haunted enough. Kind of felt my back hair coming up, but I said, well, it's better than one of these little iron rooms they got down Stateville. And I went back after Pete and Marlene. We run the car off the road, hoping nobody'd see it. We lugged the suitcase back through the underbrush. I jumped down. Pete and Marlene climbed down after me. Good deal, huh?
Looks haunted, all right.
I don't like this, Stanley.
Well, let's stash the bag and get out of here.
How are you going to do it?
Well, dig a hole, jerk, and bury it.
What with?
Well, didn't you... Oh, for...
Oh, wait a minute, Stanley. I see something over there against the wall.
Flash the light.
I thought I saw it when I climbed down.
Huh. A shovel.
Huh. Ain't that convenient.
Maybe the ghosts left it here.
Cut that out.
Scare you, kid?
Cut it out.
Yeah. Thanks, Marlene. Hold the light. Pete? No, turn it out, quick. There's a car coming. Okay.
Makes so much noise.
You want to dig? I'll hold the light.
Wait.
What's the matter?
Shut up. Thought I heard somebody.
Go on, dig.
Yeah. Pick up the bricks.
Okay.
Let me hold the light, and you can both dig. We'll get out of here quicker.
Okay. Boo!
Don't do that, Stanley.
Well, nobody got hurt, you kid.
No, but...
Here, come back with that light.
Come on, let's stop kidding around.
I'm going to go sit down.
You'll get all wet.
No, there's an old busted chair here.
Oh, for the love of...
All right. There.
Yeah, now let's go. Now what's the matter?
Stanley, you didn't sit in this chair, did you?
You kidding?
Pete?
What's the matter?
Well, somebody's been sitting in it. The seat's still warm.
And she dropped the flashlight. And it rolled down into the hole we'd been digging. The light went bouncing down and down and down and down, hundreds of feet. We could watch it twisting and turning and lighting up the sides of a deep, smooth shaft that seemed to have no bottom at all. There we were in the dark down in Beezer's cellar. The darkness pushing down on us. There was a sound somewhere, way far off, that seemed to come up to us from the bottomless pit we had opened. And I swore. I lit a match. Pete and Marlene were leaning over the edge of the hole. Marlene jumped back and she started screaming.
No.
And she wouldn't stop till I grabbed her shoulders. I said, "Cut it out! You want all the cops in the state to come running?" She grabbed me by the arm. She was yammering like a baby.
I saw it. It was looking right at me. I saw its eyes.
She passed out cold. Only the quick grab that Pete made kept her from falling right down the hole. Well, Pete and I slapped some of the dirty water in her face. Pretty soon she sat up. She started to cry. And it started to rain.
Look, I don't go for this, Stanley.
Scared of ghosts?
Oh, nuts. There's no ghosts, but I think we can find a better place to bury our dough than Mr. Beezer's cellar.
Let's get out of here, please. Let's get out of here.
Cut it out, Marlene.
No. Let's get out of here. I tell you, I saw...
You saw a reflection of the match down this old well.
Well, sure, that's what it is. That's a well. It's a well. Some of these old houses had a well right in the center. I remember from when I was a kid, and we busted into the well.
I saw eyes looking at me.
Cut it out. You didn't either.
We'd have been in a swell fix if we dropped a suitcase down the well.
Yeah, I'll say we would. Let's dig another hole. Shut up, Marlene.
Let's get out of this. I'm getting soaked.
Yes, let's get out of here, Stanley.
Go on, you two, if you wanna. I'm gonna get this suitcase planted.
Come on, Pete.
Yeah. Hurry up, Stanley.
Yeah, I'll hurry.
Wish you hadn't dropped that light.
Oh, Pete. Pete, I'm scared.
All right. Cut it out.
Hurry.
Don't make so much noise.
All right. I'll boost you up first.
I can't get up here, Pete. This isn't the place.
Well, wait. I'll light a match. Oh, we're on the other side, I guess.
What's the matter?
I can't find the place where we climbed down.
Oh, over this way. No,
This side.
no, that way. Pete,
Yeah?
what's the matter?
Wait. Say, you know something, Stanley?
Huh? Know what?
Something's happened.
What are you whispering about?
Listen, Stanley, I've been all around the walls of this place, and that busted place in the wall where we came down, it ain't here anymore.
Pete,
What are you talking?
I'm telling you, Stanley, light a match and look for yourself.
I struck a match, and it shielded. I shielded it carefully in my hands, and I looked around the walls of Beezer's cellar in the drizzling rain. And you know what? There wasn't any way out of that place that I could see. The walls, all 4 of them, were just smooth as glass. And from way, way down deep in the earth, I could just see a little bitty gleam from that flashlight. And I thought to myself, I see what Marlene meant. It does look like eyes, now don't it? Down at the bottom of a musty old cellar in the middle of the night, and a hole in the floor that goes down, I haven't got any idea how far. And rain. And a hysterical woman. And a suitcase with $82,000. And no way to get out of the place. Great, huh? Well, you can explain anything, can't you? The hole in the floor? Sure, that was a well. The eyes she thought she saw? Sure. That was the flashlight reflecting on the water down there. And the way we couldn't get out? Well, maybe the wall wasn't as busted down as I thought it was when we got into the place. Maybe we didn't notice how smooth the walls were.
Yeah, sure. And how are you going to explain that chair seat we've been warming, that had been warming up since Marlene sat on it?
Yeah, that's right, Pete.
I didn't want to come here in the first place, and those eyes scared the life out of me.
There's no such thing as ghosts.
You picked a swell time to make a statement like that, boy.
Well, there ain't.
Maybe there is no ghosts, but there are other things.
Like what?
I don't know. Like things that come out of the ground.
Oh, cut it out.
Give me a cigarette, Pete.
We're going to sit here all night in the rain?
What'll I do? Fly out of here or something? Give me a match.
Wait. I'll spit for you. Here.
Let's get out of here.
Look, wait till morning. We'll find a way out then.
I wonder if we could reach the top of that wall if we stood on that chair.
Well, I don't know.
You couldn't get me to touch that chair for $1 million. It was warm.
That don't signify nothing.
It does to me.
What about the suitcase?
What?
What'd you do with it?
I'm sitting on it.
Is it warm?
Hot as a pistol.
Well, cut it out, will you?
Cut it out.
I'm scared.
Look, babe, I don't like any of this too well either.
Then sit close to me, please. I'm cold.
move over this way.
Well, don't worry, kids. In another couple of months, we'll come back and pick up our little prize package here. We'll be warm for life. All of us.
If we ever get out of here.
Ah, come on.
What was that?
You do that, Pete?
No? What was it?
I don't know.
Stanley?
Oh, wait a minute, Stanley. I think I know what it was.
What?
Wait. Stan?
What?
Come here. Careful now.
In the damp darkness, I moved toward the sound of Pete's voice. He stuck my hand and put it on the edge of the hole I dug.
See?
What?
Couple of bricks fell in the hole.
Oh. Marlene, get back from the edge.
What is it?
Move back, honey.
Oh, Stanley.
Light a match, Stanley.
You got him. Light one.
All right. Stand back a little.
And in the light from the match before it fizzled out in the rain, I saw what had made the sound. 2 or 3 bricks had got loosened at the edge of the hole I dug and fallen in. And as I looked before the match went out, 2 more sagged and fell downward into that bottomless pit. "Get back, Marlene!" I yelled. Pete lit another match.
Look out!
A crack yawned open, and with a crash, a half-dozen more bricks tumbled into the hole. Below us, I could see the feeble glow of the flashlight way down there. Seemed to me that things crawled far, far below us in that horrible pit. Pete and I dragged Marlene away to the wall. There was a rumble. The mouth of the pit grew bigger. Seemed that the glow from down there was growing stronger. We sat there, huddled against the slippery walls, frozen cold with terror. Another section of the floor fell in.
The whole floor's going! Come on, we gotta get out!
Marlene sobbing, and Pete and I scrambling at the slippery walls. There wasn't a chance. And the rumbling stopped for a second. We flattened ourselves against the bricks. In the light that came up from down there, I could see Pete's staring eyes and the tears of fright shining on Marlene's cheeks. I said, "We gotta get out of here."
Oh, Stanley.
Help me up the wall, Stanley.
"'Tain't no use to try, boys. You can't get out."
And I looked up, and there, sitting comfortably on the edge of the cellar wall, grinning at us in the light that flowed up from the pit in the cellar floor, was the old man Marlene and I had heard at the roadside restaurant. The old man who told the lurid story about Beezer's cellar.
"'Tain't no use to try. You're stuck."
Oh, help. Help.
Don't hoot and holler, lady.
Look, old man, give us a hand, will you?
I heard tell of a feller not a long time ago that got down in this here cellar, just like you done.
Give us a hand! The floor's going!
I know. The floor fell in with him, too.
Well, help us!
He killed a feller down towards Manitou, and he come up and he hid in here, just in this cellar.
Give us a hand out of here.
And the same thing happened to him. Never did find his body. More floor falling in, eh?
Come on, give us a hand up out of here. Help us.
Please. Please.
You know what's down there? Fire and destruction.
Listen, old man.
Tut, boy. You know you hadn't ought to shoot that poor fella at the bank up there in Chicago.
Listen.
Murder's bad.
Listen, we got a lot of money down here with us.
I know it. You're criminals.
We'll split it with you.
Don't want no part of stolen money, bub.
Oh, please help us.
Ain't much floor left, is there? They'll never find your bodies.
Now listen, you old...
Now don't call me names, bub.
Pete, put that pistol down.
Now, that won't do you no good, son. Too bad.
Listen, mister, for the look, there's a woman down here.
Yeah.
A criminal, just like you two boys.
Oh, but look out, Marlene!
Stanley, there isn't any place left to stand.
Here, Marlene.
Kind of figured you was listening to me back there at Weather's Diner. Kind of figured you'd come a-kiting out here to the cellar.
Mister, listen to reason. Please just reach down and give us a hand.
Kind of figured I'd come along and watch and see what had happened to you. Mighty interesting.
Damn it, if I could get my hands on you.
You can't. Not unless I let you.
You can't do this to us. We're people. Help, please. Mister, I beg you.
No, lady, no. No use of hollering. The wages of sin is death. I always say, you robbed and you murdered. So you gotta be punished, see?
You can't sit there and watch us die.
Oh, another hunk of the floor is going. You better move off to one side.
I am gonna get that old...
Put down your pistol, Sonny.
I'll get him.
I told you, 'tain't no use.
Please, Pete. Don't.
Get off me. Get off me.
Listen, Sheriff, I
ain't no sheriff. I'm just a fella interested in seeing justice done. I recognized you back there at the diner, and I thought to myself, well, I'll just toll these people here over to the cellar. Yeah, and we'll leave things and just let them take their course.
Look out, Marlene.
Help.
Haven't you any pity, man?
Not much. Not much for thieves and murderers.
Listen, he's crazy, Stanley. There's an insane asylum across the river there someplace. He's escaped from there.
No, son, I ain't insane. Listen, what would you give to get out of there?
You can have half the money.
Ain't much time for bargaining.
Give it all to him, Stanley.
That's better. You ought to be willing to give up all the money to save your lives.
Oh, yes.
If I was in a fix like that, I'd give everything I got.
Well, we won't.
Yes, we will.
Floor's getting hot down there? Mighty interesting. Well?
All right. You can have all the money. Help us out.
Oh, no, you don't, Stanley.
Hand it up.
Stanley, how do you know he'll help us? Wait, don't give it to him.
Take it, quick.
No.
And Pete leaped at the suitcase I was handing up to the old man. His fingers just touched the edge of the bag when another section of floor gave way right under him. He fell down and down and down and down, twisting and turning into the fire that kept coming higher and higher up the shaft, reaching for us. And the old man took the bag and set it down on the edge of the cellar.
You see? That might have been you, fella. Or you, lady.
Help us out of here.
It's good riddance. He was the one that shot the fellas at the bank up in Chicago. Good riddance, I always say.
Are you going to help us?
Oh, sure. Right in the nick of time. Here, grab hold of my hand, lady.
I'm afraid.
Up you come, lady. Booster, mister. There you are, missy. Just as right as rain. All right, now you.
And as the strong arms of the old man lifted me up over the lip of the cellar wall, the last section of the floor below us fell away into the fire. And just as if a play or something was over, the flames died down. First they were yellow, then purple, and then they just went out. Marlene grabbed my arm.
Where did he go, Stanley? Where did he go?
I don't... Hey, old man! Hey!
Stanley!
Come on, let's get out of here. What's this? What? Marlene!
What?
He didn't take the money. It's right here. And so I picked up the suitcase, and Marlene and I hacked our way through all that underbrush back to the road. We were just opening the door to the car to get in, go away from Beezer's cellar, when there was a sawed-off shotguns in our faces and lights. I could see the state cop's badge behind the light. He laughed and said, "Come on, kids, we're going for a ride." It's very comfortable here in the little iron room at Statesville. And I hear that Marlene's all right, down there at the women's prison at Dwight. She can stay there for 20 years. Me? Well, I'm gonna move. They got a tight little room here for people that get mixed up in murders. Little room you can walk into, but you can't walk out. All modern conveniences, like electricity for the electric chair. Well, the old fella said the wages of sin is death, and I guess I'd rather be here than in Beezer's cellar. I really am pretty grateful to that little old fella. The little old fella with the 6 fingers on the hand that pulled me out.
The end. Thank you, audience. Thank you. Well, wasn't that a fabulous story?
Is that the end? Is that like a sound file you've had for a while, David?
That was something I made up just this very morning.
That's amazing. I think
Wow.
that's like that's a ringtone. That's an alarm.
We have to use it on the show, I think.
People need that.
Love it.
The end.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's,
indeed.
put that in a Build-A-Bear, and that's
Don't
the
do
sound file in
that.
it.
Indeed. Well, that was a lot of fun. Kudos to our 3 criminals there. I sat out most of the story, but you guys did great. Well done.
That's great. Stuck in a pit.
Down in the cellar. We're seeing lots of applause in the chat. Thank you, everybody, for hanging in there. Now, I understand, sadly, that there was quite a few technical problems on the feed. Apparently, there was some issues with stuttering and stammering and whatnot. So hopefully we're recording this locally. So hopefully the recording that we're doing that we'll put up after will be pristine.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for your patience and sticking around for us. Really do appreciate it. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Crime doesn't pay. We found out.
It never does.
It never does. Well, this is great. Yeah, you guys have been, thanks for sticking in there, everybody. I'm seeing lots of familiar faces in the chat. Ursula is there. Justin Thulu is there as well. There's that Kelly Berrigan.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Atticus.
Atticus Jackson.
I don't know who that is.
Wonderful. So, yes, we miss Brandon, but thank you. The music that you heard was by Brandon. I'll put that, make sure everybody knows that.
He is to blame.
He is to blame for the music,
without.
indeed. Yes, in fact, I'll bring this up again, as he likes to do under our little post-show chatting here.
Like a velvet wrap.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's right.
You feel so warm.
Well, this has been great. Well, again, thank you to everybody who's joined us, and I'm not sure if there's. We usually like to run about 45 minutes, and we're almost there. So we'll take a question. We'll take one question if anyone can whip it up there.
Oh, nice.
Whip it out there. What? But this has been fun on a Thursday. I have no idea what day of the week it is.
Oh my God.
On a Saturday. On a Saturday in June. Wait, what month is it? Come on.
Yeah, exactly. Time has no meaning.
Yes, it does have no meaning. True indeed.
I think I literally, I made a meme of, thank God it's Thursday's Day. And I was so proud of my meme that I went to Zazzle and made a shirt. And the shirt's coming on Monday. And
Graham.
yeah, that's how, when you're so proud of your nerditry, you're like, oh, I'm making it a shirt.
I made my very first meme and I put it on the shirt.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of those essential things that has to be delivered.
Oh,
right
for
on.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, Charlotte pointed out that maybe all the technical problems were because Brandon wasn't here. And that could be true. Yeah,
It's likely. It's
Yeah,
very
could be.
likely.
The internet was not happy that Brandon wasn't here.
The injustice.
I saw someone ask when our next live stream is going to be. I'm not sure. Maybe next weekend. We'll figure it out. We got to find a script and get all the people on board. But yeah, we're going to try to do one once a week. So yeah, just keep checking us out on social media and all that. We will post it as soon as we know when we're going to do it. I'm sorry if I'm missing some of the questions here, but could you guys do a Lovecraft story? Ooh, Lovecraft. He's got a lot of big words, doesn't he? I don't know if I can pronounce half the words. But yeah, Kyle Akers, one of our voice actors, was mentioning that there are other sort of radio drama kind of people who have been adapting some Lovecraft for audio dramas and old-time radio type scripts. So maybe we'll check those out and see if we can get permission to use those. You never know.
I'll post. Also, there's probably some good creepy, the old Plan. Oh gosh, what is it? Plan 9 from Outer Space. I don't really know, but the old, there was the whole sci-fi genre of radio plays too, right?
That's right. The other thing I was thinking, if like sci-fi, that's right. I don't know if the fans would like it, but I thought we could find some comedy scripts too. That would be fun
That'd
too.
be fun.
Just do some fun comedy stuff for us jokers.
Oh, Rochester.
Yes, that's right. Some Jack Benny and all that kind of stuff. So,
I think I know
well,
about that.
wonderful, folks.
What's
so,
all this horseradish?
yeah, that's right. Oh, applesauce, Mary.
It's like David's got a whole new suite of sound effects that include like noise makers and
Awooga.
kazoos.
That's it. That's what it's all about. So as we bid farewell, we'll go around the horn here for one last note and goodbye. Graham, any last words for our lovely fans?
No, happy birthday to Brandon's little one.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great day for birthdays.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. Birthday for little Ella. That's right.
Stay safe, everybody.
Nichole.
Thank you all for coming. It's so much fun to do these, and we do it because of people like you. So thank you. I really appreciate it.
Indeed. And Jeff, you are now you're no longer a live stream virgin.
Yeah.
Welcome. Any final words for our fans?
Yeah, thank you so much for coming and being a part of this with us live. That's awesome. And hope it brightened your day a little bit while you're sitting inside raining. It's raining here. And also hope you enjoy the episode that came out today for Season Pass 14 members, although tomorrow will be the free feed. But yeah, just enjoy and stay spooky.
Absolutely. Yes, indeed. That's right. We new episode dropped today, episode 12. Check that out if you have a season pass. If not, tomorrow, lots of creepy stories for y'all. So, yes, thank you again. Please stay safe. As always, stay sane, stay distant, wear your masks. Don't touch yourself, as we like to say. But thanks again for coming out, folks. We do appreciate it. And we'll look forward to seeing you next week sometime with our next live stream. So you all be good out there. Stay sleepless. And as we like to say, brace yourself. Bye.